The Sublime Beauty of Salvation. Devotional Thoughts for Women by Marianne M. Grutner. God is a lover of the beautiful, and above all that is outwardly attractive, He loves beauty of character. He would have us cultivate purity and simplicity, the quiet graces of the flowers. Good morning, dear friends. Today, January the 7th, our devotional is entitled, Tell Me It Hurts. Our scripture reading is from Ruth chapter 1 and verse 20. Call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. Famine ravaged Bethlehem, so Naomi went to Moab with her husband and sons. They lived happily there until her husband died. It was a tough blow, but she still had her sons who married good women. Once again, however, sadness returned. Naomi lost both of her sons. Feeling helpless, she decided to return to Bethlehem. Orpha, one of her daughters-in-law, returned to her family of origin, but Ruth refused to leave her mother-in-law. It had been more than 10 years since Naomi had left the small town. Even so, people recognized her right away. Look, Naomi has returned. I imagined them gushing, going to hug her, asking how her adventure outside Bethlehem had been. And, as you can see, Naomi did not put on any mask to show off a happiness she did not possess. She was clear and honest about what she felt. Naomi in Hebrew means softness, pleasant thing. Mara means bitter. By asking to be called Mara, she was communicating her pain, making explicit her sadness and bitterness over the losses she had suffered. Although Naomi attributed the evil that had befallen her to God because of a distorted view of God's actions, God understood her sincerity and gave her opportunities to undo her mistaken interpretation of Him. Talking about one's feeling is a challenge for many women. Some keep their pain and sadness to themselves for years until they become ill. How will the people we live with know what we feel and think if we remain silent or use the classic lie? Everything is fine. True, relationships only exist when we are open about who we really are, including the pain, fears, and disappointments we have been through. Saying what we think, what we feel, and what we want assertively involves agency. It is not saying, it seems that people think, but I think, I feel, I want. Courage. You dare to have to do it. Honesty. Do not wear masks. Be honest. Clarity. The clearer you are, the better the other person will understand. Prudence. Open up at the most opportune moment and with someone you trust. Your spouse, a family member, a spiritual advisor, or a professional. Are you in pain? Do not suffer alone. Speak up. Call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. Ruth chapter 1 and verse 20.